What's up guys, it's Unknown Facts here and we're diving into the wild world of bodybuilding and uncovering 10 shocking muscle fails you won't believe. From synthol injections to other questionable methods, these guys went to extreme lengths. Get ready to be shocked as we expose the truth behind these muscle fails and the dangers of taking shortcuts. First up, we've got Greg Valentino, the guy known for having some of the biggest biceps in the world. I'm talking 28 inches, people. But there's a dark side to this story. Greg's massive arms weren't just the result of hard work and dedication. He took a shortcut, and that shortcut was synthol. Now, for those of you who don't know, synthol is this oil that people inject into their muscles to make them look bigger. It's incredibly dangerous and can cause all sorts of health problems. Greg injected so much synthol into his arms that they became severely deformed. The synthol caused infections, abscesses, and all kinds of other complications. It got so bad that Greg eventually had to have surgery to remove the synthol and repair the damage. Greg's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of taking shortcuts and the importance of prioritizing your health. Next up, we're heading to Brazil to meet Romario dos Santos Alves. This guy was obsessed with looking like the Incredible Hulk, but his quest for massive muscles took a dark turn. Just like Greg Valentino, Romario turned to synthol to achieve his desired physique. He injected massive amounts of the oil into his arms, hoping to gain size and definition quickly. But things went horribly wrong. The synthol caused Romario's arms to swell up to an unnatural size, leaving them rock hard and disfigured. Romario suffered from severe pain, inflammation, and limited mobility. Doctors warned him that he could face amputation if he didn't stop injecting, and his kidneys were also at risk of failing. Faced with the devastating consequences, Romario finally decided to quit synthol and underwent multiple surgeries to remove the hardened oil deposits. Let's stay in Brazil for another shocking case. Meet Arlindo de Souza, a mountain of a man with biceps measuring a staggering 29 inches. He too fell victim to the allure of synthol, injecting the dangerous oil into his arms to enhance his physique. While Arlindo proudly displayed his massive arms, the truth behind his size was far from glamorous. The synthol injections left his muscles deformed and lumpy, a far cry from the aesthetically pleasing look he was aiming for. Arlindo's synthol use had serious consequences for his health, causing chronic pain, infections, and putting immense strain on his internal organs. Despite the risks, Arlindo continued to inject synthol for years, driven by his desire for bigger muscles. It wasn't until his health deteriorated significantly that he finally decided to stop. Chapter 4. Kirill Tereshin, the real-life Popeye. Meet Kirill Tereshin, better known as the Popeye of Russia. This guy became an internet sensation for his ridiculously large biceps, but his path to fame was paved with danger and questionable decisions. Kirill's goal was to transform himself into a real-life cartoon character, and he was willing to do whatever it took to achieve that goal, even if it meant putting his health at risk. Instead of hitting the gym and putting in the hard work, Kirill opted for a shortcut: synthol injections. He pumped liter upon liter of this dangerous oil into his arms, causing them to swell to an almost comical size. The synthol transformed Kirill's arms into rock-hard, misshapen masses, resembling something out of a science fiction movie rather than a human body. Kirill experienced excruciating pain, inflammation, and his arms became practically immobile. Doctors warned him that he was risking amputation, but he continued to inject synthol, seemingly undeterred by the potential consequences. Chapter 5. Valdir Salgado, the Brazilian Hulk who risked it all. Meet Valdir Salgado, a construction worker who became obsessed with transforming himself into a real-life Hulk. Valdir's journey into the world of extreme bodybuilding began with a simple desire to gain weight. He was once addicted to drugs and had become extremely thin, but he was determined to turn his life around and build a muscular physique. However, Valdir's quest for size and strength took a dangerous turn when he discovered synthol. He became fixated on injecting the oil into his muscles, ignoring the warnings from doctors and the potential consequences for his health. Valdir's synthol use spiraled out of control, and he injected massive amounts of the oil into his biceps, triceps, and chest muscles. Despite the obvious health risks, and the pleas from his friends and family, Valdir continued to inject synthol for years. Valdir's story is a tragic example of how the pursuit of physical transformation can become an all-consuming obsession, blinding individuals to the dangers they face. Chapter 6. Mustafa Ismail, the man with the biggest biceps? Get ready to be amazed and maybe a little bit grossed out because we're about to meet a man with some seriously huge biceps. Meet Mustafa Ismail, an Egyptian bodybuilder who once held the Guinness World Record for the largest biceps in the world. Mustafa's arms measured a staggering 31 inches in circumference, bigger than the average person's waist. He claimed that his incredible size was the result of years of dedicated training, a strict diet, and good genetics. However, many people in the bodybuilding community were skeptical of Mustafa's claims, and for good reason. His biceps were abnormally large, even for someone who had spent years lifting weights. Rumors swirled that Mustafa had used synthol or other muscle-enhancing implants to achieve his record-breaking size. Chapter 7. Andreas Munzer, the tragic end of a bodybuilding icon. We're talking about Andreas Munzer, an Austrian bodybuilder known for his incredibly ripped and defined physique. Andreas was a legend in the bodybuilding world, but his pursuit of the perfect body came at a devastating cost. He took his training and dieting to the extreme, pushing his body to its absolute limits. Andreas followed a grueling workout regimen and maintained an incredibly strict diet, all in the name of achieving peak physical condition. But Andreas's dedication to bodybuilding went beyond what was considered healthy or sustainable. He severely restricted his calorie intake and relied heavily on diuretics and other substances to achieve his extremely low body fat percentage. Tragically, at the young age of 31, Andreas Munzer passed away, serving as a stark reminder of the dangers of taking things too far in the pursuit of physical perfection. Chapter 8. Rich Piana, the open secret of synthol use. Now let's talk about Rich Piana, a larger-than-life bodybuilder known for his massive size and outspoken personality. Rich was a controversial figure in the bodybuilding world, but he was also incredibly popular, amassing a huge following on social media. He was open about his use of steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs, believing that athletes should be transparent about the methods they use to achieve their physiques. Rich also admitted to using synthol, claiming that it was a common practice among bodybuilders, even though it was widely condemned as dangerous and unethical. Rich Piana's story highlights the complex and often controversial world of bodybuilding, where the lines between pushing boundaries and jeopardizing health can become blurred. Chapter 9. Sajjad Gharibi, the Iranian Hulk's photo editing controversy. Get ready to dive into the world of social media and the pressure to present the perfect image online. Meet Sajjad Gharibi, an Iranian powerlifter who gained international fame as the Iranian Hulk. Sajjad rose to prominence on Instagram, where he shared photos and videos of his massive physique and incredible strength. He quickly amassed millions of followers who were captivated by his imposing size and larger-than-life persona. However, as Sajjad's fame grew, so did the scrutiny surrounding his online presence. People began to notice inconsistencies in his photos and videos, suggesting that he might be using photo editing software to enhance his size. The controversy surrounding Sajjad's alleged photo editing highlighted the pressure individuals face to present a perfect image on social media, even if it means resorting to digital manipulation. Chapter 10. Mustafa Ismail, another case of biceps. Too big to be true? We're wrapping up our list with another case of suspiciously large biceps. This time we're talking about Mustafa Ismail, an Egyptian-born bodybuilder who, like Mustafa Ismail, also claimed to have the biggest biceps in the world. Mustafa's biceps measured a jaw-dropping 31 inches in circumference, rivaling the size of Mustafa's. He attributed his incredible size to years of dedicated training, a protein-rich diet, and good genes. However, just like Mustafa faced skepticism from the bodybuilding community and beyond. Many people questioned whether his biceps were truly the result of natural muscle growth, or if he had employed artificial means to achieve his extraordinary size. Despite the controversy, Mustafa maintained that his physique was 100% natural. Outrow, don't risk it. Whoa guys, can you believe the lengths some people go to for bigger muscles? It's insane. Remember, true strength comes from hard work, dedication, and a commitment to your health. Don't fall into the trap of taking shortcuts with dangerous substances like synthol. It's just not worth it. These stories are wild, but they're also cautionary tales. Your health is your most valuable asset, so protect it. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button if you want to see more videos about crazy stuff like this. Peace out.